Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to take samples for the shot sample of rabbits that some of our broad scale sites are collecting. So you'll get your esky, and in your esky you'll have all the kits that you need to collect samples. They'll look like this. And you'll also get a tray that you can put everything into and some gloves. And then get your equipment out. So you'll need one pipette, the tube that the blood goes into, the tube that the piece of liver goes into, and the microfuge tube that the ear tip goes into, and your scalpel blade. Take your lids off. So carefully remove your scalpel blade and use this to open up the rabbit. You want to open up at the chest. The easiest part to locate the blood from is in the chest cavity. So cut through into the chest cavity, and there's a major vein which you can cut, which connects the chest cavity, and the blood will pool in the bottom of the cavity. To collect the blood, take your pipette, squeeze the bulb at the end, put that in, release the bulb and the blood will come out. Try and collect a fair amount of blood. So if you can get up to the label, where the label starts, that's a really good amount of blood. Put the lid on and leave it standing up in the tray. You want to collect a piece of liver. So the liver is the large red organ that sits above the stomach, which is white. Carefully making sure you don't cut yourself, slice off a piece and put that into the container with the yellow lid. Put the lid on. And the last piece is the ear. So just grab the ear and cut the tip off the ear. Get your small microfuge tube and put the tip into that tube and close it. So both the ear tip and the piece of liver can go back into the bag, and the bag needs to then be frozen. The blood needs to sit in the fridge overnight, and then you can collect the sera off the top. As an example, this is what the tube will look like when you've collected the blood and let it sit overnight. So you can see that it's separated and there's solid material at the bottom and the sera is on the top, and that's what we're after. So after it's sat in the fridge, use the other pipette that's been provided and the small tube with the O-ring lid. Now depending on where you are, you'll have a different colour. Carefully take the lid off. Use your pipette. Again, press the bulb first. All you want is the clear liquid on the top. You don't want any of the solid. And gently squeeze it into the tube. Put the lid on, make sure it's done up tight. So we collect the liver and the ear tip for genetic samples, and if the rabbit comes back positive to RHD, we can use the liver to identify which strain of RHD that was. The ear tip is for genetic work down the track, and the sera tells us whether the animal is positive to RHD or MIXO or not. Seal the bag and freeze the entire bag. Do that for every rabbit, up to 20. Just make sure that between each rabbit you use a fresh blade and a fresh pair of gloves so that we don't contaminate samples between individual rabbits.